What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we're going to talk about a potential pattern that is forming right over here that could take the price all the way down to the $25,000 range. We do know that we have those bearish divergences on the 4-hourly, 1-hourly chart, and also we're having really round formation, as you can see with the price action here for the last week. So we're going to go through that, guys, and we're also zooming in on the 15-minute time frame, the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to talk about some major levels, what happened yesterday finally getting massive rejected from this massive resistance zone that we talked about, okay, during the live stream, the point of control from this trading range and not managing to get above it, and finally just rejecting from this level and going to much lower levels. I'm going to talk about also the price action that we formed here in between today, where you could have potentially taken some opportunities and where the price could potentially go in the next coming hours and days, guys. So make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Daily TA on Bitcoin crypto, also the live stream to connect with the community. Not a financial advisor, do not buy or sell anything that I say. If you do so, do your own research. Let's dive in here, guys, because there is something very disturbing on the 1-hourly time frame. Of course, we've been sharing also on the live streams. If we do take a look at the RSI, okay, a little more like at the long term, or looking at the 1-hourly, the 4-hourly, we've been having these massive bearish divergence, creating higher highs and lower highs on the RSI, and also the price of Bitcoin is having this massive round formation. Now, the major pattern that I'm talking about today is a diamond top pattern, and what you want to see on a diamond pattern, of course, I'll be leaving a quick picture all the way up here as you can see it. So what we want to see on the diamond top pattern is a massive spike in the middle of it with a large amount of volume. Of course, continued with that, you want the higher highs and the lower highs right over here, and also the formation of lower lows and higher lows right over here, as you can see. So this is likely to be a diamond top pattern. Of course, we need to have a big major breakdown, okay, from the support trend line. As soon as you do get a breakdown and you do get close to these lows right over here, you are likely to have that continuation to the downside. Usually the drops from these patterns are relatively fast. Of course, you do have the diamond bottom pattern as well, where you do have that formation, okay, to the downside, and then you finally get that breakout to the upside. These moves happen relatively fast. Of course, what would be the ideal here for a confirmation, okay, just looking at the 1-hourly time frame, and you can see it's pretty symmetrical, okay. If we do get the higher highs right over here and connect them to the high of the peak, and we do get the lower lows right over here, we have a lot of lower highs right over there, as you can see right here, and these lower lows to the peak, okay, as you can see right there, connecting them. And right over here we do have one right there, and right now we're hitting this range. So there is a large possibility if we do break down below this low over here, which is the low that was created yesterday at $27,000 range, okay, then it's likely that we are going to have massive continuation to the downside. Not only testing this low at $26,600 range, we are likely to even go much lower. Remember, we have been going up here for the last few weeks, okay. We've had a massive big run up, so a larger correction, you know, is a possibility, as we can see here on the chart. This dump over here would not be so bad, as we have been running up from $20,000, even below $20,000, to $28,000 in a matter of 2 weeks, okay. So a correction here of a couple of $1,000s, I guess, will not be the end of the world, right? Bitcoin has been pumping like crazy, and we could see that possibility. So something that I wanted to point out here, guys, okay, want to be a little bit cautious, because as we move down here with volume, it could be very, very fast, and there could be a lot of scalping day trade opportunities, because it is likely to get a very aggressive move down. Remember, when the market crashes, it crashes very, very nicely, okay, very, very hard, as you can see right over here. So we could expect a major correction after this massive run up that we've had. Guys, remember, if you want to do any kind of crypto trading, I think one of the best trading platforms is Bybit. You get $30,000 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit. You can claim that at the rewards hub once you sign up in the link in the description here. Bybit is my favorite crypto trading platform for the last few years. Let's zoom in here and talk about the technical analysis from today. What has happened today? We're going to take a look at the lower time frames, such as the 15-minute and the 5-minute chart, okay? as you can see right over here on the price of Bitcoin yesterday, on yesterday's live stream, we were talking about, these higher lows right over here. Talked about a trading scenario that I got in, a couple of trade scenarios that I got in here, got stopped out at one. Okay, we'll manage to hold it. Explaining the scenarios as well. What I want to explain right over here, how we did have a breakdown from this range. Of course, we had a massive V-shaped recovery. I was expecting here a long setup if we were to break out this range, okay, to potentially go to the highs here above 28,800. Of course, this never happened. This resistance, which was the point of control from the entire range of the last 2 weeks, guys, if we do take a look here at the point of control, okay, from the last 2 weeks, we can see that that resistance level is right over here, that point of control at 28,180 approximately. So we had that breakdown with relatively nice volume, right? Yesterday when we got that volatility. Big breakdown with volume. And what happened? We had a massive V-shaped recovery to that resistance zone. This resistance, okay, was acting very, very good. And finally, we had that move down to test the lows again. So what I want to explain as well on this episode is the price action that we've had today, okay? Because as you can see, as we tested this low over here and this one, we had a failed breakout, okay? Failed breakout meaning, you're likely to get that bounce. That bounce has happened, okay? As you can see, really nice recovery. You retrace a little bit and you get a big bounce from that daily level and also from the lows because you have created this failed breakout. If we do zoom out on the 1 hourly chart, we can see we created a massive wick. And of course, when this does happen, okay, you are likely to get that recovery, okay? It's been a major low, as you can see, because you have 1, 2 tests and you have that reach to this level. Of course, I would have preferred to get into a 618, as you can see, Fibonacci retracement. Then my stop loss is relatively nice, but it only hit the 50% Fibonacci retracement, okay, from this pump, all right, and then back up here to claim the highs, which is another good take profit zone. Why is this? Because you're potentially not going to successfully break above this high and create a double top right over here. As you can see, looking at the 1 hourly, right, you have an attempt in breaking the highs and failing miserably and coming back down, okay, to test the low range. So let me just explain here a little bit of this price action on the lower time frame, such as the 5-minute time frame, because it is very important to understand, okay, where can you find these opportunities. So right over here, as you can see, we were trending really, really nicely to the upside. We had, okay, a small little volume strategy here, not managing to test the highs, but testing the 618, okay. Let me just quickly explain this resistance high right there, okay, where you have been hitting that level, a high right there, a high right there. You have a quick breakout. You bounce from this level when you test the 618. The highs were not claimed. Of course, this is a very, very cautious trade, all right? If you want to be long, and you can see that 618 being tapped with that movement up, and you might think to yourself, are we going to move higher? Are we going to test the highs? And of course, when you've bounced once and you've already hit the 618, okay, and then you're bouncing again from this level, it's, a little bit risky as you are creating a lower high, a little bit of a descending triangle scenario, okay? So you need to be a little bit cautious, especially when you have been bouncing relatively nice, okay, for, in between yesterday and today. Now, of course, where did I see the highest probability trade scenario today? The highest probability trade scenario, okay, let me just be transparent with that information right over here, is seeing the breakdown from the point of control from this range. And if I do take a look at the point of control from this range over here, we can see it was round about here, the $27,550, okay? So we had the breakdown and we had relatively nice volume, okay? We had the volume breakout here, getting a bounce from the highs, not managing to go higher, and then to the other side and breaking the point of control from this zone. Of course, also we had this uptrend structure. Understanding this uptrend structure, higher low, we can see 2 bounces, okay, right over here, and finally a breaking, okay, as we have been creating this on the lower time frames, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the last higher low. We can see that breakdown successfully. So you are likely getting some resistance at this point of control that you've broken. You've broken the structure. You're likely to come down and test these lows over here after this movement down. Not only that, if we do take a look at the VWAP right over here, was resistance. We love the VWAP on the lower time frames. It is very good for scalping confluence. We can see that VWAP, okay, getting a bounce here as support, okay, finally here getting a little bit of movement to the downside. We were just hitting that support trend line, okay, very, very cautious to see that move down with high volume, okay, as you can see, and then finally getting that bounce and recognizing that we are below the point of control, the last higher low, and the VWAP right over here for that potential nice little day trade scalp scenario, okay? Right now hitting that daily level, hitting these lows, also this low over here from the failed breakout. Now if this low is broken in the next coming hours, then we are likely to test these lows, okay, from yesterday, which is just slightly below $27,000. Of course, like I showed you, all right, zooming out on the chart, we can see that potential diamond pattern, guys. This could be a crucial moment for Bitcoin to get that big major correction to the $25,000 lows. Why $25,000 lows? Well, the target, okay, let me just explain to you right over here, that projected target when you have an exhaustion like this of a potential topping range, it is the width of the center of the diamond, and from that center is your potential measured move. That measured move here can potentially take you to that $25,000 range, as you can see on the chart. It is exactly the high range from this zone and this consolidation, so you could potentially get a reaction. But overall, it does look like that Bitcoin could be seeing this scenario in the next coming days, guys. You can see the resistance also, the lower highs. I mean, this diamond pattern, I've seen diamond reversal patterns break the resistance zone and continue to the upside. It is all about the structure breaking out and also the volume. If we do have high volume breaking these lower highs, guys, then I think we are potentially even going to go to the highs here at 28,900. It's all about recognizing where the next direction is going to be after that solid breakout with high volume, okay? Thank you, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.